Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
This is Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, and we're glad you came along for the ride. Now, of course, if you're an off-roader, you're going to love this segment because, as you know, you've got to bring a lot of gear with you, and it's real easy to run out of room in a hurry. So, Matt, at Blue Ridge Overland Gear, you have solutions for us that are going to save us space and give us space we didn't even dream of before. How do you do it?
I mean, the big thing is sort of attacking the unused space in the vehicle and the space that you don't necessarily even think about being a possibility. You know, like attics for a Jeep or Land Cruiser, stuff like that, using the back of the seat for storage, using the headrest for storage, using the visor for storage, sections underneath the seat fit things really handily. So we make a bunch of solutions that kind of fit those little niche places within a vehicle.
I think it's important to say that you guys are the experts. You've been overlanding, you've been off-roading for a long, long time. So this is kind of evolved. I
mean, we kind of started out making seat panels and then be out with the wife and the kids, and we'd be in the woods and come back and be like, oh my gosh, my jackets are everywhere on the floor and the kids are stepping on them. I need a place for that, right? So then the attic kind of was born. So we started building attics for the vehicles we had. So when we get in and out, we could kind of stuff stuff up in there, keep it out of the way. It could be dry, wet, not getting stepped on. It just gave us a handy place to kind of store all that stuff. And then it was like kind of led to first aid stuff where it was like, I really want safety stuff within arm reach of the driver or arm reach of the passenger. And where do you put that? So like, let's say we kind of landed on a headrest where we can have kind of basic first aid stuff right there where we can grab it if you're gonna go hiking, peel it off the seat, walk away with it, or if you need something out of there, you can get to it. Just using those kind of unused spaces is really what we've kind of done, and as we've evolved, we've just kind of added places and added ways to store stuff and added ways to organize things and stuff like that.
Let's talk about how the system works here. This is one of your seat back panels?
Yeah, so this clips at the base of the headrest. This strap wraps around the bottom of the seat, so that it actually goes into the crease of the seat where you don't even notice it when you're sitting in it. So the way that it works when you're sitting in it, this strap that comes around the front, you don't even feel it because it actually tucks into the seam there. And basically the way the panel works is we use the Molly Pals platform, which is basically what the military uses, right? The military's used this system for a long time to attach pouches. So we make a bunch of pouches for it. There's a bazillion pouches that fit this platform on the planet. And then you'll see Velcro, Molly, and then you'll see this daisy chain piece here. So you can run Velcro pouches on it. You can run, like I said, Molly compatible pouches, and then you can clip stuff through the daisy chain. So there's different pouches depending on if it's permanently gonna be mounted like a fire extinguisher is gonna live here most of the time, it's actually Molly to the seat. If it's a first aid kit, and I want to be able to peel it off, it's going to be Velcro, so I can take it on and off really quick. If it's something I'm going to use part of the time, but it's going to be here most of the time, I'll actually clip into the daisy chain here so we can unclip it. It's fairly secure to the back of the seat, but I can get to it and take it on and off easily. And then each piece has that with it, and it all runs the same. So the width of this set of daisy chains is the same as this. So if you have a pouch that's built for a tool bag, it also clips to your seat panel. It also clips to an Air Tools bag. And the same thing, like if you've got a first aid kit that's Velcroed to the headrest, it'll Velcro the outside of this, it'll Velcro the outside of this. Each piece becomes interchangeable. It sort of develops into an ecosystem where as your off-roading stuff kind of, you know, evolves, the system evolves with you and you're not out a piece of gear, or you don't have to go buy a complete new piece of gear. You can go buy a single pouch to add to the system.
And you don't have to make a huge decision each time. Do I go with this item or that item? This all works in concert and it's ever changing.
You're right, everything works together.
The thing I really like too is, you know, during the week you can keep this on your seat back in your everyday vehicle, but if you need to switch vehicles, it's as simple as unclipping it and reclipping it, and away you go.
And that's part of what we started. Like, we used to trailer a Jeep a lot to the woods, right? So this would be in the tow vehicle, clipped to the back seat. The kids would have their stuff in it, and they'd be playing or doing whatever they had, and that's kind of the space they had to keep whatever was going to entertain them for the drive. And when we got done, we just unclip two things, clip it in the back of the Jeep, and then they kind of had all their regular gear that they were sort of used to having and doing stuff with. And it just was able to go vehicle to vehicle. And same thing, if you sell a vehicle, you move on, this moves with it. It's not just Jeep specific, or it's not just, you know, truck specific, Dodge truck specific, whatever it is. It gives you the ability to kind of move that stuff around vehicle to vehicle within the group you have, or as you get new stuff, it's modular and it just moves to the next vehicle.
And this is going to move along with vehicles for years and years because it's super durable as well. How do you guarantee the quality?
Warranty-wise, we warranty it against anything. Drag it down the road, we'll replace it. Everything's made in Bedford, Virginia. All US-made material, Pretty much everything on here is mil spec, at a minimum of mil spec material-wise. All the materials are made in the U.S. on everything you see on this table except the zipper pulls.
BlueRidgeOverlandGear.com is the place to go to get a system that's going to work in your vehicle. It's going to work in every vehicle. So versatile, it can change and you can keep it forever. Check them out once again at BlueRidgeOverlandGear.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, I promise.